Yeah, I mean, I think I communicate mostly with probably like NECA and player leadership more than anything, and I try to do the best I can, you know. I always want to be respectful of everybody and treat everybody with kindness. Like, I think that's really important, but at the same time, relationships are really important to me, and I think we can always improve in that area. I think that can improve a lot of things. I think communication can improve overall. Me and Adam have a great relationship. I know he was here tonight supporting us, so that was great to see, and you know, I think we can just probably continue to improve in that area, and like I said, like, communication and relationships solve a lot of issues.
Welcome back to the Clark Update. After one of the most exciting WNBA All-Star games in recent memory, Team Spoon defeated Team Coop 129-122 as Commissioner Kathy Engelbert stepped onto the court to present the trophy following Caitlin Clark's standout performance. The celebration took an unexpected turn. Instead of hearing applause, loud boos filled the arena, creating a moment that immediately grabbed everyone's attention.
So Kathy is probably done. She is probably done as commissioner. It says here, Kathy Engelbert helped the WNBA capitalize on growth, but now her relationship with players is holding it back. Obviously, they're talking a little bit about all this other stuff. And yeah, so a lot of insiders are saying this is Kathy Engelbert's last year. And it's so funny. People are like, oh yeah, she hasn't made any effort to prioritize a relationship with Caitlin Clark as one of like the negative things.
The boos weren't limited to one part of the crowd. They echoed throughout the entire arena. The reaction became so loud that broadcasters had to speak over the noise to continue the live broadcast. This wasn't just frustration after one game. For the second straight All-Star event, Kathy Engelbert faced the same response, raising even more questions about the league's leadership.
Owners, team executives, like, people are calling out Kathy Engelbert, man, saying she's just not fit for the job. It is getting crazy for her. Let's listen to what, I think her name is Courtney. Let's listen to what Courtney had to say right here.
Engelbert has turned the WNBA into a mechanism for political discourse that goes off the rails instead of it being a sports engine. There is not a worse commissioner in pro sports than Kathy Engelbert. And I could go on for the entirety of this segment, but I'll give you this so we could, yes, I know it can be a little long-winded. The Dan Patrick thing, canceling the interview, saying that her PR arm told her that it wasn't a good idea. Well, you are the commissioner of the league. You can decide to go on and face tough questions. If you want your league to be taken seriously, stand out in front of some of the discourse that's going on around your league. You've allowed Caitlin Clark to become hijacked in narratives that have...
The timing couldn't have been worse for Engelbert. Throughout All-Star Weekend, she was already facing questions about whether she planned to remain commissioner after 2027. Then, in front of thousands of fans and national television cameras, she was greeted by loud boos. Even so, she completed the trophy presentation with a smile, creating one of the weekend's most unforgettable moments.
There was actually a report that came out today that says that the 2026 season will be Kathy's last season. Alexa Philippou said conversations with more than 20 stakeholders in and around the WNBA offer a general belief that for as much business growth as Kathy Engelbert has overseen, she's not the right person to navigate the demands of the league, the demands that the league currently faces, and what its stakeholders now need. I do think Kathy thinks, well, she's done her job, she's got us financially set up in the right way. It's the other pieces that we're talking about. Jeff Hunt, who is a specialist in crisis and reputation management, who has previously worked with the MLB, ATP, WTA, the PGA Tour, he said the hole has just gotten so deep. She's in a place now where I don't really know what she does. Others said that she had a failure to develop sufficient relationship equity. Multiple find it curious she hasn't prioritized developing.
When reporters asked Engelbert if she expected to remain commissioner through 2027, she never gave a direct answer. Instead, she spoke about the league's growth and the progress made during her tenure. What stood out was the absence of a clear commitment to stay. That response only fueled more speculation about her future.
She planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine, it's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level.
The crowd's reaction didn't appear out of nowhere. Months earlier, Nafisa Collier had openly criticized Engelbert's leadership, calling the league's direction deeply disappointing. Those comments quickly became a major talking point and continued to follow the commissioner throughout the season. By All-Star Weekend, the pressure surrounding league leadership had only continued to grow.
Facts say that, quote, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the rights deal that I got them.
There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. And so I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Nafisa, we've exchanged texts, we're talking next week. So I think obviously a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players. There's a lot of emotion and passion going on right now because we're in collective bargaining, we're in the WNBA finals, and so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. You know, I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments, and so all I'll say is just, you know, it's obviously been a tough week. And I just think there's a lot of...
Engelbert publicly rejected several of Nafisa Collier's, including comments about Caitlin Clark's value to the league. However, once those accusations became widely known, simple denials were no longer enough to change public opinion. That was the backdrop when Clark spoke this season. She never attacked Engelbert directly, but for the first time, she made it clear that league leadership still had important issues to address.
Engelbert, this is your final year. Adam Silver getting ready to fire her come year's end. This Alyssa Thomas, Caitlin Clark situation appears to be the straw that broke the camel's back. We are getting leaked information, and it's coincidence, right? Kathy Engelbert not only makes the WNBA look bad by not showing up to the Dan Patrick interview, the WNBA being under the umbrella of the NBA, in turn, you're making the NBA look bad as well. You're making Adam Silver look bad as well. You're making it seem like Adam Silver doesn't know how to pick the correct leadership when it comes to who's leading.
The growing controversy can be traced back to the Alyssa Thomas incident. During a game, Thomas struck Caitlin Clark in the throat, creating immediate backlash across the league. Reports claimed Kathy Engelbert was not planning to suspend Thomas until Adam Silver stepped in, although the WNBA denied those reports. Thomas later received a 1-game suspension, a flagrant foul, and a fine. Even so, the incident left many fans wondering whether the league was doing enough to protect its biggest star.
Ultimately, the issues around Caitlin Clark are not largely about officiating, and that particular incident is not about whether a foul should have been called at the time in the game or whether that was ultimately a flagrant on review. And I've come to know Caitlin really well. She's an incredible player and also an incredible person, and she wants to focus on being the player she can. And she's become a bit of a political football in this country, and I think it's incredibly unfair to her. I don't think that issue is ultimately about officiating. It's sort of, you know, it's become political ping pong with her, and she's a young woman who's trying to improve her game, you know, focus on being the best player as she can. And I don't even think it's fair to her.
Adam Silver didn't stay silent about the controversy. He admitted Caitlin Clark had become a major national story and said the criticism surrounding her had often gone too far. While he warned against turning one incident into a larger narrative, his comments showed he was paying close attention. Reports also suggested he continued working behind the scenes with league leadership, signaling that change remained an important priority.
Sports Business Journal, Kathy Engelbert reportedly thought a suspension was too steep because a foul wasn't called live. But reportedly, Adam Silver saw clear evidence of a flagrant foul and urged Kathy Engelbert to act immediately. Now, the WNBA denies this account, but here's the part where the history matters in all of this. During Game 4 of the 2016 Finals, Draymond and LeBron James got tangled up on the floor. No flagrant foul was called live, but Adam Silver and the NBA reviewed it afterwards, assessing Draymond Green a flagrant foul 1, his 4th point, suspending him for Game 5 of the Finals. Now, look at Alyssa Thomas. No call was called live. No flagrant foul was called called live, but then after the game, elevated to a flagrant foul penalty to a suspension as well as a $1,000 fine. Different league, different player, but striking similar process. But here's where things get even more interesting. According to this report, those closest to Kathy Engelberg believe that she was in an unenviable situation where she didn't want to show favoritism to Caitlin Clark and also didn't want to overlook the fact that players felt overshadowed by Caitlin Clark, which is where reportedly her hesitation came from. But Adam Silver
also highlighted Caitlin Clark's impact during an Indiana Pacers broadcast. He pointed to record ticket sales, strong jersey demand, and growing international interest, without mentioning any other WNBA player. The interview quickly spread across social media and reinforced Clark's influence on the business of basketball.
Everybody with kindness. Like, I think that's really important, but at the same time, relationships are really important to me, and I think we can always improve in that area. I think that can improve a lot of things. I think communication can improve overall. Me and Adam have a great relationship. I know he was here tonight supporting us, so that was great to see. And I think we can just probably continue to improve in that area. And like I said, like, communication and relationships solve a lot of issues and a lot.
The conversation grew even bigger after the 2026 WNBA All-Star Game. Following Team Spoon's victory, Caitlin Clark was asked whether her relationship with league leadership had improved since the new CBA. She said better communication could solve many issues, but admitted there was still room for improvement. Her careful response added even more attention to the ongoing leadership debate.
At the same time, the WNBA has so much to be proud of, and I feel like we're always so focused on the negative when we can be focused on the positive. And WNBA leadership has created a lot of positives for this league too, and that should be celebrated. And Kathy has also brought a lot to this league and helped us reach new milestones. But there's always room for improvement in everywhere of a business. And I think we can, just go back and reflect and find ways to get better. And but overall, I think relationships and communication.
What stood out most was what Caitlin Clark chose not to say. She avoided criticizing Kathy Engelbert and even credited her for helping the league grow. At the same time, Clark emphasized that more progress was still needed. It was a balanced response that reflected both respect and a desire for continued improvement.
It probably will be Kathy's last season, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, and we also talked about this during the whole CBA thing. It was a disaster. And Kathy has done a lot of incredible things for the WNBA, and a lot of things that I personally have heard that have gone on behind the scenes that we actually don't see publicly. Like, she's done a lot to make sure that this league stays afloat. But again, it seems like it's more from the business side and not so much the relationships that she builds with players. And there have constantly been more and more players coming out and saying that they don't have a relationship with her and she's not doing great and things need to be better. And I do think that there has been just so many fires across the WNBA that haven't been put out quickly enough. Like, the PR hasn't been great, the marketing has.
When asked about Kathy Engelbert's future, Adam Silver avoided making any commitment. He praised the WNBA's progress, but said there had been no recent discussions about her long-term plans. Because Silver originally appointed Engelbert, many believe he will have a major voice in any future leadership decision. His influence over the league's direction remains significant.
Terrible. One of her number one problems is not publicly heading trouble off at the pass. And I'm talking about having a press conference, getting in front of people, and taking the bullets. She refuses to do it. Remember, she's literally at the same golf tournament where Dan Patrick is hosting his show, and she backed out. She ghosted him on an interview that went mega viral after she did it because Dan Patrick drowned her, and then so did everybody else. She refused to take.
Since All-Star Weekend, the discussion has spread across social media at an incredible pace. Clips of Caitlin Clark's comments alongside footage of Kathy Engelbert being booed have fueled even more speculation. Although neither side has directly escalated the situation, the debate surrounding the WNBA's future continues to grow stronger with each passing day.